Lost with The Plague Within, the band's 14th studio album. A couple of years ago we talked about their 13th, their Tragic Idol. Of course, the 13 being a unlucky number to some, and Paradise Lost being a doom metal band, one that certainly has had an interesting career throughout their time in the metal sun. It's interesting to see and hear them come back with an album like the Tragic Idol a couple of years ago that had a lot of the heaviness retained. There was something that they reinvigorated back into their sound back with Lost Paradise, or Paradise Lost, whichever you really want to call it. Their earliest stages were very, very heavy and doom-laden, and in the midst of all of that, they definitely turned a corner and went more gothic. And then ended up combining the two, and what was kind of nice, but then you listen to an album such as this, you listen to an album such as The Plague Within, and you can realize that both of those elements can be merged very well together. And it seems like previous albums that attempted this perhaps were not conveying it the best way possible, because The Plague Within really, really nails it. What do I mean? Well, this is an album where the doom style of Paradise Lost, one of the key elements that make them not only one of the forefathers of the genre, but also one of the best purveyors of the genre, that's right up there along with names such as Candlemass, is why this band still has a ton of relevancy today. And this is really the stuff that a lot of the longtime fans clamor for. Now, is it always about what the fans clamor for? No, it's all about your writing style and what you decide to do. But on this album, it definitely sounds very doom-focused, with the heaviness really being a keynote portion that this band planned, not to mention, and did everything in their power to ensure that it was present on this album on a constant. These riffs are extremely heavy, but they also have a nice element of groove to them. And you hear within the tone of the guitar at some portions of time that Iron Maiden could just as easily become a doom metal band if they focused their efforts a little bit more toward a slower, a little more down-tuned sound. Yeah, it could actually happen. You start to realize whenever you listen to this album just how closely some subgenres of metal are truly linked. That something just as simple as tone or pacing can take you into brand new territory and sometimes confuse a whole hell of a lot of people. That's one of the main reasons why I say you should always explore metal, because there's always going to be something that's new, or something that's going to sound tonally just a little bit different the further that you go on. If you just maintain yourself within your own narrow-minded philosophy, or your own couple, handful of bands, or 5 or 6, you're really going to miss out on a lot. This is an album where all of these elements, this gothic side, this doom metal side, and this very riff-friendly side, truly work to its advantage. These are tracks that go anywhere between about 4 minutes to more than 6, and that variety also helps this disc. This is one that flows very seamlessly as well. It goes very nicely from one track to the next. It doesn't feel like there are any very long pauses, either that or long moments where the memory of this album has the potential to fade. It's very well structured and has just a tremendous, tremendous sense of itself. These are all tracks that, within the same sessions that they were constructed, all do very well individually on their own in order to represent specific ideas, or their own idea, their individualistic idea. But whenever you put them together with the remainder of the core of songs, does so even better. It actually illuminates the overall body of work that this album is able to do, as opposed to just being a very 1 or 2 song focused album, with the rest of them kind of being off in Spaceland somewhere. This disc is very well constructed, exceptionally tight, probably one of the best of this era of their career. Paradise Lost is a group that ever since they've kind of returned to this more heavier format has only gotten better. It's been probably one of the best decisions that they've made, because while gothic metal boasts a lot of property that can really open some doors for a songwriter, it is one that is very focused within a certain tonal element. It's one that really has to remain structured within a certain course or cause line. Whereas with this doom element focused within, they can kind of topsy-turvy between both and really craft something very elegant and creative at the same time. The vocals are very well structured, whether they be the darker growling vocals or your standard, more melodic, clean vocals. This is something where the balance on that is also well divided. So it provides essentially the full Paradise Lost experience. If you don't end up liking this album, there's a good chance that Paradise Lost is going to be a band that may not be for you. At least you might have to do some digging in order to find an album that is for you. Really strong disc. Man, I was shocked by this. I would give this an 86 out of 100. This is an album that was easy for me just to turn back on again and again, and I've loved everything that I've heard off of this disc from inception to final note. It's been really just a long time coming for these guys to deliver us just a true Paradise Lost masterpiece, and I feel like here in 2015 they have done that. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about The Plague Within by Paradise Lost? I almost said The Tragic Idol. You should check out that album review. It's somewhere. It's on this channel. We talked about it. I guarantee it. It's there. What do you guys think about The Plague Within, though? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What's your excitement for this album? What's your excitement toward Paradise Lost? And what bands like this do you enjoy? Perhaps more or less than this one. Let me know in the comments below, and hop over to the Facebook page. Become active with that. It's a lot of fun.